for the delays. We are here for Breakout Racing League. It's Tier 1. It's the start of a brand new season. Before we start, I apologise. There was going to be a lot of fancy stuff happening. Stream-wise for me, it's not going well right now, so it's very slow. So I apologise, and Cantor is in to save the day for me, just for now. So yeah, apologies. A few technical issues on my end. Hopefully, I can get it better next week. But anyway, it's a pleasure to be here with you for the opening round of this season for Tier 1. And of course with me is the great Cantor, Tier 2 reserve driver. And Cantor, we're here with, I don't know how long we've got to go. It's a 1:25.926 for Chandler Sato so far.
Yeah, it's obviously not a great start for the stream-wise so far this season. But hey, we move and we can go from here. But yeah, not too much, I guess, left in the session. Definitely under 10 minutes left to go. There's a gigantic yellow flag in the final sector. I believe that's actually Kevin a little bit slow on the main straightaway, probably out of gas into the pit lane he goes. But, I mean, so far we've had a couple of drivers on the mediums with Kevin Skither and so far Sanchez doing so, but I wouldn't say I was the great Tier 2 reserve, more like the Tier 2 reserve that went to the hospital after what happened this race.
Well, I was having a lot of things going on my mind, so I have absolutely no idea what happened in Tier 2 or any of the tiers this week. So, yeah, I'll be sure to catch myself up after the stream.
Would you like to know what happened?
Maybe not right now, since we're just starting in Tier 1 stream, and it is absolutely all my fault. Let's just blame it all on me, because it is all my fault that we're not looking at fancy stuff right now. Sanchez beginning up a lap right now. It is very close between the top four right now. It's 0.101. Bailey in P4, Hoot P3, Axe P2, and Chandler in P1 right now. Very close at the top of the field so far.
Yeah, that's going to be something we've seen so far this season. We've had a lot of an overhaul when it comes to the actual tier placements this season. We've seen such competitiveness so far in the opening tiers, 4-3, now 2 from not too long ago, and this one will follow suit. So far, Chandler not too far ahead of Axe behind Tim, and you can see a little bit of a shuffling around, because ironically, a season ago, these two, the top two, Chandler and Axe, were teammates. Now, they're definitely not.
Well, that's right. Of course, we have new lineups as well, a few new drivers, but mainly the new pack, pretty much all the same. So, and of course, as it says in the chat, no line this time. So, no excuses for drivers to say that this person won the race because they had liner. But Movement crosses the line and goes P5 in the Aston Martin this season. He is 0.296 off Chandler's time. Chandler on pole at the moment. As here tonight, most likely, folks, which I would have done on the intro of this Extreme Laps wasn't going to be a bugger for me. Talk about how the tyres here tonight, of course. Soft to medium, most likely. 100% likely. Maybe someone will go on the hards, but most likely it's soft to medium. It's usually the factor around here. Especially if we do see some safety cars. As I'll just message something in the chat real quick.
Luckily for Cam, he's not going to be using these tires again.
Well, yeah, as Chandler improves to a 25.5.3.4. Impressive start for Chandler Sater in P1 right now, 25.3.4. Hoop has validated his lap time, but Axe is going around again in the Alpha Tower. Going to see what he could possibly do if he could try to get up with, well, his former teammate from last season, that being Chandler Sater.
Yeah, right now he's absolutely blitzing the field. You see the gap between Axe and all the way down, maybe to Ferrari Nut down in an 8th position. It's not too far away. I mean, about 5.5, maybe 4.5 tenths separating those guys. And then you have Chandler just, you know, in his own world right now. Axe is definitely going to be wanting to get up there. And a purple sector, too, is going to help with that.
I just realised that I can be on the BRL account talking. So yeah, how you all going? Here is Axe coming to the last corner right now. And let's see what Axe can do here. To the line he comes, and he does improve on his time, but not enough to top Chandler Sater.
Yeah, that's going to be something that these guys need to watch out for to the coming qualifying. What happened?
As Betty says, Chandler who's going to walk away. Well, you don't know. If you watched last season, they had a few bottles. That's probably one of the reasons why why Bailey won the championship. As Kevin now goes to P4. He's right over here to Tier 1. And yes, sorry, Catherine, you go.
Well, he's not the only one. We have a couple returning, and there's some people in the chat who would love to see a familiar face. Wyman is back in the tier.
Oh yes,
it's a great time seeing him back.
Great to see Wyman back, and yeah, Phantom. I just couldn't select anything. Everything's running very slow, so yeah, that's disappointing. But yeah, so we move on, but we're still here. That's the most important thing. But yeah, Wyman. Good to see Wyman back. Alpha Nesis, by the way, folks, in full time now in the Ferrari. We saw how Alpha Nesis can be throughout the season. And Chandler's saying he doesn't want to go out again. Well, yeah, maybe. Save a set of softs if you want to. Could be effective if we see a safety car here tonight. Another thing I was going to point out in the intro, if the stream wanted to work out for me, was that the last 4 races around here, the winners have come from the first 2 positions. So, who knows? As the Haas goes up into P3.
Yeah, great lap from the Haas there. That's not going to be... There we go. There's confirms that Chandler retires at pit lane, so he's going to lock in his time of a 25.5, and it honestly looks like it's going to be a hard time to beat. But you'll see some familiar faces go around again. Fern is one of them. Edu, if you remember PSR Edu, he's now back on the original name, and it's the better name. You can't prove me otherwise. I raced against Edu on this account. It's better. Camp, Crispy in the Alpine this time around. Ferrari not reserving this time for Feta. And what could be a very sentimental year for both McLarens, him and Bailey, the championship reigning champion, I should say, of Tier 1, as this could be their last season on Xbox in League Racing. And that could be very a good send-off for those two. Good fun.
Well, if they want to create a PC League, go right ahead, because I'd love to commentate a PC League. As I'm just going to quickly, as I've been pinged 3 times, I want to lie. Let's go and I'm going to... Wyman's down on circuit right now, so we'll have a look at Wyman going around on a lap here right now as we see Crispy move up. I'm going to get the calendar up real quickly for you all. I won't have it on screen, but nice stream laps. Of course, we're here for Bahrain 13-round championship here tonight, and here tonight. Here for this season 8. We go to Imola next week after the crazes that was Imola to end the season last season. We go back to Portimao, we go to Baku, we go to Canada, we go to Britain, Belgium, Netherlands, Monza, Japan, the United States, Mexico, and of course the GOAT Brazil to round out the championship here for this season in season number 8. It is a hell of a calendar, lots with it, and I think it could just be absolutely chaos.
Absolutely. These 13 rounds, 15 weeks is going to be absolutely cutthroat, because no longer do you have those 24 races you did a week ago, or a season ago, I should rather say, about 3 weeks ago in time restraint-wise. But you have about half that, 13 rounds, a lot less points on the board, and now it's going to be, well, you have to make every chance you have of a Grand Prix, and for guys like Chandler, for Hoopalicious, for guys like Bailey, Crispy, Mumu, these guys that were up towards the front last season, they're going to have less rounds to do so. So can Bailey cut out to a quick start? Can Chandler do what he did a season ago and keep up that momentum and start strong in the first half, which he hasn't done in the last few seasons? That'll be up to the questions.
That's right, as Wyman now round the last corner. If this is a poll in the chat, we'll go insane. Wyman across the line. And it's the P4, the Alpha Tauri, doing a superb job and goes to the 4th place here in qualifying. Bailey, one of the first ones to start off a lap here for the end of qualifying. Predictions for pole, everybody, real quick. You think Chandler's going to have it? Well, I think Chandler's probably going to have it. It's probably going to be easy. So it's easy, just about anyone could spring a surprise with 1 minute and 40 to go. The defending champion Bailey in the McLaren, looking to see if he can maybe try to shock everybody and go back to back here this season.
It's going to be difficult, and he's going to have a long road to climb, but it could all start here.
That's right, it very well could. And we'll see what Bailey can do here in the McLaren. Needs to find half a second if he wants to try to take pole position here for the Bahrain Grand Prix for the first round here for Breakout Racing League Tier 1. Bailey right now, it's not a bad middle sector, and if he can get a good run here for the last part of the circuit, it could be a decent lap. It could maybe get into P2. Let's see. Needs a perfect last couple of corners here to get the job done. 25.5, 3.4 is what he's looking for to the line. And he goes second. 25.699. That is very nice indeed. And he is second right now. Trying to see who's next. Mumu has validated his lap time. Louis crossed the line, who won the last season. He goes P5. Louis in the Williams. And Swoop has fun.
A lot of drivers I've actually seen hasn't validated, so Mumu is going to have a couple of seconds. He'll be the last one that will start a flying lap that hasn't done so already. So after him, it's going to be tooth and nail. 1 second. He barely made that flag.
Barely did. Barely did. As Axe goes P2. Look how close it was to Chandler. 0.024. Inches away from pole position. But P2 right now is not too bad for Axe. As Hoop retires, he's down in P8 so far. As trying to see who's the next one. Trying to see the next one who's
going to be Skizzer.
Yeah. The Haas. Let's see what he can do. Can he get up there at the moment? In P5 right now. Close as you want to get between the top three, and he's invalidated. So he's going to be P5 for now. Fern is done. Louise invalidated. As we see now, Cam, one of the next ones to cross the line. It's going to be in the RP. And what can Cam do? Oh, and Cam down to the line. And it's not going to be, it's an improvement on time, but it's not an improvement on position. Mumu is purple in the middle sector, but here comes Kevin now. No, Kevin's done. Here's Mumu. Let's see where Mumu can move up. And he's coming to the pit line. Well, there's some strategy right there, ladies and gentlemen. And that, I think, is all she wrote. It's Chandler. Pole position here in the Mercedes. Gets it done here tonight. And that's a great way to start off his season.
Yeah, it is. And it actually wasn't as far-fetched as we thought for Axe to go challenge for that position. 24 milliseconds. But the old teammates from a season ago will share the front row for the season opener this season.
Yes, indeed. Boy, oh boy. It's going to be an interesting one. Well, Louise down to P6 winner, race winner last season. And it is going to be a fascinating one, to say the least. Alpha X is down in P17. But Chandler on pole position here tonight, with a great pole lap. And just want to say real quickly is that Katra is the one streaming right now, but I'm lead because Katra's retired as a retired commentator, folks. Well, retired lead commentator.
Hey, wait a minute.
Retired lead commentator.
I mean, do you want me to go take your job?
Oh, well, if
I do it.
If Streamlabs keeps being a naughty word, it could happen. I could go back to what I was a couple of seasons ago, co-commentator. Chandler's on pole position. Chandler's stayed up pole position. Axe, Bailey, Fern, and And oh man, it's going to be an interesting one, and I agree with Nick. But folks, as I'm about to say, tomorrow, watch the stream be absolutely fine. This is when I was going to put an ACC ad on, but of course, Streamlabs wanted to be, you know what. Tomorrow, Alton Park, join us for ACC tomorrow. It was a fascinating race last week, and it will be a fascinating one tomorrow. Alton Park, join us then for that, where the stream will be absolutely fine, and I'll tear my hair out. I'm telling you right. I'm telling you right now, this stream will be absolutely fine tomorrow.
Oh, it will.
It absolutely will be. Anyway, as always, predictions for the race. Who we got?
Well, you know, the obvious answer for a lot of people probably are thinking this man, Chandler, on pole position. But what we saw so far, what I've seen from him so far this week, is that he doesn't feel so confident about his race pace. So that could also be a huge implication of the race itself. But it also could be completely a bluff, and he can come out and steamroll his way through the Bahrain Grand Prix. But, I mean, he still has some pretty good competition. Axe, the reigning champion, Bailey, Fern, Skither, Louis could even come back and go back-to-back. He's going to start from 6. Maybe he'll do so, but remember, like you said, the last 4 have won from the first 2 positions. But everyone in the top 10 on the softs, everyone outside has a free choice of tire.
Yeah, indeed. It's going to be an interesting one to see how it plays out here. I'm expecting a lot of guys outside of being on the mediums, and they are, except for Ferrari now. So, boy, oh boy, folks, it's going to be interesting. Well, I feel like Chandler's the one to beat, but who knows? Anything can go down here in this one for 29 laps. Well. Chandler, the one who could have been a big challenger for Bailey's championship. A lot of things didn't go right for his season last season. He's just got to work on it. And tonight, getting that good start is what he wants. The game says a 2-stop, but yeah, okay. You're going to see all those guys with a soft to medium here tonight. Axe, what can he do? What can Bailey do? What can Fern do? It's going to be interesting one. See how it pans out. And what will the medium runners at the back? What will the factor they bring into this race? Will they be a factor coming towards the end of this Grand Prix? That's what we've got to look forward to here right now on what is sure to be an ultra fascinating Grand Prix here tonight, folks. Again, once again, I apologise for all the issues on my end. Hopefully by next week, all the fancy stuff, I apologise to Heatwave who's in the chat right now. I apologise that your fancy stuff did not get up on stream. I apologise, and I love you. Hopefully next week it'll be fine. Folks, strap yourself in. 29 laps. Cantra. I think this start's going to be always interesting around here. It could be turned into absolute madness.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be really who gets down to turn 1 apex first, because if you can, well, you're most likely going to have the better line down into turn 2, because it could obviously still have a wheel-to-wheel battle through 2, but the exit of 3 is going to be the real factor, because whoever gets down in turn 4 first and doesn't make mistakes in the middle sector could very well have a good shot to lead at least this first stint. That's if a safety car does not occur, and it has done so quite a few times already this season, and just the first round alone. So it's going to be a really good fight for turn 1.
Just like to point out before we start here that Streamlabs is now allowed me to stream. That's just great, Streamlabs. Good on ya.
Amazing.
But folks, 29 laps. It's Chandler, it's Axe, it's Bailey, it's Fern. That's your top 4. For season 8. Here in Breakout Racing League, the lights will go out, and we will racing. It is a great start for Chandler. He's got the jump over Axe. absolutely beautifully. Bailey now is going to try to look for the move here on exit into turn 1, but Bailey's just not got to run up. Louise coming up in a P4 now. Louise moves up. It's Bedlam at the back. They're almost 3 or 4 wide in the mid-pack right now, but Chandler leads. Here comes Bailey on X. Side by side, these two will go. And can Bailey hold on? No. Axe holds the position. And Axe P2 right now is the mid-pack. It's Bedlam here right now.
Yes, it is. Wellman's lost a significant amount of places, still trying to get his AlphaTaurian from underneath him, down into the middle sector, down into turn 7. Skither and Fern, they're going out and battling into turn 8 this time, by now into 10. We're going to go, they're still going to go side by side here, and the Haas is going to stay ahead of the Williams into 10.
And Skipper P5 right now. And Skipper's going to have to try to hold on to that on these opening laps. Chandler, 1.1 seconds right now. Axe, Bailey, it's going to be a good fight, I think, for P2 in this race. The gap, the guys from Warman downwards all budged up with each other, and the DRS Trainer Fest will begin in earnest very, very soon here in this race. But Chandler, the one, your leader for right now, has got 28 more rounds to go on this circuit.
So now it's going to be a battle of who gets where. Brian Nutton Sanchez battling out for the position down in, well, the 13th and 14th position.
Hoop looking for the move on third. Oh, there's a bit of contact. Hoop's hit the Haas. And, this is the drama on the opening laps at turn 1 around this circuit. You budge up, and it's just going to happen, but Hoop's gotten through either way. It looks like he hasn't gotten damage at all from that little tap with the Haas. But things stay sitting behind us now. Third and Warman. Warman now goes up to P8. Third goes down a position. Chris Pick's in there in P10 so far. So things stay sitting for now. Not too much drama. No one with wing damage so far, which is kind of a surprise for Bahrain. Usually we'll see someone around in the opening lap, but things stay steady for now.
Well, not so much so in the back. We had a little bit of a kerfuffle down at the 10 where a couple of drivers actually made contact with each other. One of them being Yasin Martin and Mumu on the mediums tire. Remember, these guys on the medium compound a strategy, or they're going to try to do the reverse strategy, and Mumu may have a little bit of a tinge of front wing damage. If he's lucky, he may have escaped with it. Right there, you can see the pit stop strategy on the bottom once again for the 3rd time. Cody's just like trying to shove it in my face, but it's still wrong. It's most likely these guys on the mediums are trying to do a soft to medium, or a medium in this case, since they start on the medium to soft. And there you are, the highest runner being Mumu in 11th.
Look out for Mumu. Yeah, look out for Mumu. In P11 right now, Chandler does a 29.601. And he goes up to the top. Someone's in the lane. It's Third. So Third might have a little bit of damage here right now.
Oh!
As it's wildness here right now. As Hoop's gone for the move for P5. Skipper almost was off track.
Yeah, it was a great send from Hoop, and he made it stick, and he almost pushed Skither off the track, but he stayed on, luckily for him, but not so luckily for Kevin. He wanted that position and that incentive down in the 4.
Yeah, Kevin now in the Alfa Romeo will try to move his way up and see what he can do as Third, on the hard tyres here right now. Mumu is spotting a Ferrari nut, and he's going to have to try to fight his way back through this field if he wants to be effective with those medium tyres here towards the end of this race. It's still Chandler on top right now, but the battle's happening all the way throughout the field here at the moment. Louise trying to close up here on Bailey as well in the Williams. But those 4 are going to be right battling with each other here right now. Axe and Bailey fought it out hard here last season in Bahrain, and they might as well just do it again here.
Yeah, they may, but right now what they're trying to do is catch the guy who is 2.2 seconds in front of him by lap 3. It's absolutely bonkers how fast Chandler's gone and really jumped out of the gate. We said, well, actually more specifically me, I said that it may be a little bit of a coin flip on, is it Chandler, is it going to be what he talked about? He's not so confident in his race pace, or will it be a complete bluff? Well, so far, he's bluffing indeed. Here comes Hoop again.
Yeah, Hoop now, moving his way up, looking for the move on the way. Oh, what has happened there? Something's gone down there. As Hoop now comes through, he could get 2 positions here in a second. I'll try to explain what happened just before in a minute, because we're going to watch to see what happened here between Hoop and the way. And Hoop is free. So it looks what happened. Maybe Bailey went a bit deep, and it's just, well, it could have turned into a kerfuffle, but now Hoop is all over the back of Bailey here.
Yeah, right now Bailey is struggling, and Hoop may try to make an incentive on this, especially down to the 10 if he has that opportunity. If not, he'll wait for the DRS straight into 11, and if that fails, well, he still has the DRS straight into turn number 1 the next time around. Ferrari Knight and Crispy battling out for 10th position. What's going on with the Alpine? He does get ahead of the McLaren.
Yeah, the Alpine does, as now Louis. No, okay, never mind. Yes, Crispy. P10, Crispy, I've been expecting a little bit further up, but we'll see how it goes. Kevin getting very close to Skipper. Very close to Skipper there. Kevin now in the Alfa Romeo trying to see if he can get up with the Haas as there's a car around. It is the Wexford around in the Haas on less medium tyres. At the left corner, as I like to say, it's now Ferrari, Crispy go at it again, and it's okay. That's I think Ferrari was going to let Crispy through, and then almost got passed by Sanchez. Meanwhile, Bailey and Axe going out here for P2. Out of nowhere, Bailey's come back at him. Here comes Hoop. Hoop can take the plate from the beer. Free wide. Hold your breath for a second. Here comes Hoop. Can he get this bit done on Axe? Yes. No, it's close as you want to get. Axe holds on. It's now Bailey goes side by side in the corner that you don't want to go side by side on. He thinks better of it, and Hoop is now in second place. That was unbelievable.
That was an incredible save and an incredible move by Hoop as well. Bailey was not willing to give it up, but Hoop had to eventually get his car fully ahead of the McLaren anyway, and he did so. But with that, Hoop is now 3.2 behind Chandler.
That gives Hoop what he wants. Fresh air, and that's what he's got right now. And with all that battling that just happened, that's allowed Louis to get back into it, and Skipper as well. And Kevin, who is still right on the back of the Haas, trying to see if he can get on by. But we're on lap 5 in this Grand Prix, and it's already all happening. Kevin looking, the Haas defends, and it's close as you want to get. And Kevin now is off into the world, and he's going to see if he can get this run back in on the Haas. Yes, he will. Side by side, these two will go. The Alfa Romeo has got to do it the hard way, and he's going to do it the hard way. But will the Haas fight him back? Ooh, close. Yes, he will fight him back, but Kevin should hold on. But this fight won't be over, folks, because they'll continue to be side by side. But no, they won't. The Haas sits behind. Let's see, look for the move now. So Kevin through in a P6 in a hell of a battle there.
Yeah, that was an incredible battle there. Mumu was actually in the pit lane as well. On the hard, so he'll be now the second runner to do so.
Yep. Mumu now, that's a shame for him. And I can confirm to you that both of those first pit stops were for front wing. So around here, you don't want that at all. At all. I can say that right now. So 3.2 seconds between Chandler and Hoop. That's going to stay steady for a little while. I feel like the battle is going to be on for that final step of the podium. I feel like for the most of this race here right now. Louis in P5, Kevin's in there P6. Axe losing a little bit to Bailey here right now. It's at 0.7. That's our first penalty of the night, Crispy.
Yeah, it takes 3 warnings to get one, and Crispy's already used all his allocation. So that's going to be something to look out for as the time progresses. But Louis has a run on X, and he'll make the move on X.
Yeah.
Easy.
Easy says easy does it, and Axe won't challenge it. And Bailey's actually still close here to Hoop, so Bailey's not starting out that DRS to Hoop here right now. As Crispy now listens to what Cam goes, I don't know where Cam's going. Oh, dear Cam. Oh, Cam. Alright, we'll move on from that. Okay, 6 ACC Cam. Who got P2 last week, by the way, everybody. In ACC, don't forget ACC Ultima tomorrow. Anyway, Axe and Louis had a bit of a slow moment in the Williams, but he's okay here right now. But things look like they're going to stay steady for a bit between this top few guys, between 2nd and 7th. I feel like the moves have been made where they want to be. But, yeah.
Yeah, at this point in the Grand Prix, I think it's just about training and just kind of getting to the end. This will be towards the end of the tire stints for these guys in the top 9 anyway. I think about 2 more laps minimum. Lap 9 is probably where we're going to see it. Running wide, X. Hopefully he stays off track long enough. Yellow flag, though. That's the Red Bull Edu.
Yeah, Edu around. So, shame for the Red Bull, and he actually has no wings. So, yep, he's around at the left corner as well. As Kevin and Axe is just listing spots left, right, and centre. And Kevin now goes up into P5 in this Grand Prix. But Axe now going down badly here so far. As Crispy has retired in the pit lane.
Yeah. By then, I think he has 6 seconds of time penalties, and at that point, I think it really would have played a huge hamper in his Grand Prix. But Edu and Cam in the pit lane.
Yep. Hards going on, wing changes going on, and oh, why did? Okay, never mind. As we see Sanchez and Ferrari up now, Sanchez now moving his way up in P9, the first of the medium runners, because well, all pretty much half of the medium runners have had problems so far. They've had to come in for wing changes.
Yeah, that's going to play a huge role in this alternate strategy, which actually is
theoretically
the battle strategy.
I think Hoops had a moment. Bailey's still over him here. Hoops had a moment, and now Bailey is closing in on him once again. Does Bailey look here on the front straight? Does he look the opportunity, or does he just want to hold back for now, since he wants to try to see if Chandler can catch? But I don't think he's holding back. He's definitely not holding back. Bailey looking for the move from P2. Once again, and Bailey goes to put a second in the McLaren. So this is just giving Chandler free air completely here in this Grand Prix, as our Wyman comes into the lane in the AlphaTauri. So does Ferrari as well. And it will be for Wyman, it will be another set of soft tyres, and for Ferrari Nut, it's a set of mediums and a wing change.
I think that's going to trigger the undercut here. A lot of these guys are going to have to come in a pit now to kind of cover off Wyman at least, but they'll also now know, most likely, that he's going to be on the soft carbureted tires, so he's doing a 2-stop. He cannot end the race on those soft carbureted tires, nor can they make that distance anyway. So he's going to have to do either a set of mediums or a set of hards, the C3 or C2 compounds of tire. But for these guys, it's going to be pit lane this time or next. But Bailey's gone deep. Hoop may look for it now.
Yeah, Hoop. Is he going to look for it here? No, he's not. It's this one here. Usually, it can be a pass-through maneuver, but sometimes it's not really. If we've seen in the past, in guys trying to pass it can end badly most of the time. But it could be it's definitely a passing opportunity if you get the chance. Luis in there in P4, but as Hoop look for the move here. We're on lap 9 of 29, and we're now on lap 10 in this Grand Prix as Hoop's in.
I said he's going to trigger the undercut, and Hoop's going to go for it. So it's Axe, same as together.
Hoop's also probably trying to hope that he can get a bit more clear ahead of Bailey here right now, but Hoop now mediums on, and he is gone. Medium tires on for everybody as expected, and the Red Bull now, will he have clear track? Yes, he will. He'll have completely clear track ahead of him, so that's what he would want. And Hoop now P7, and once these pit stops happen, which they will, I guarantee you will see Bailey in this lap, but who knows, could be proven wrong here. On lap 10 and 29, it's going to be ultra interesting as now Kevin now close here to the back of Louis once again. Kevin having a very good race here so far. Could maybe look at a top 5, possibly at the end of this Grand Prix.
I believe this is the lap they're all going to be in. Chandler 100% is going to be in. Bailey's going to be in this lap. Louis and Kevin are probably going to follow suit. So it's going to be up to Sanchez and Wexrow. Now on those mediums, the highest ones that started on those compounds of tire, now it's going to be I guess the clock is ticking. They need to get their cards down and the pedal to the metal, really.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be the story of it. And we'll see what happens here. Chandler in. Yep, Chandler into the lane. Bailey in. Louis in. And Kevin... Ooh. I think Kevin and NzL gets a 5-second penalty. I'm surprised that's the only one we're seeing here tonight. Usually this is a track where it can cut some drivers out. But let's see where Hoop comes out in relation to Bailey. Hoop on the front straight, coming to the line now. And where is Bailey? There's Bailey, but I think Hoop... Ooh, yeah, Hoop's got him easily. The undercut has worked beautifully. Meanwhile, Axe looking for it here, Louis. Side by side, these two will go. Louis does the fall. That's okay. Louis gets a little bit off there. Skipper comes through as well in the position on the Haas. So Louis goes down a few positions there.
Yeah, it was that was interesting. That looks like honestly it was a bit of yellow flag. McLaren fire that's around. That's going to be turn 3.
Shame for Verona. And this is an interesting camera angle on online point of view. We're trying to stream it right now. The McLaren reserve driver here tonight. And I'll tell you this right now, Verona will not be happy with that. Absolutely not. Either way, lap 11 of 29, folks. What we're looking for here tonight, I think. By the way, Hoop has gotten down to 2.9 between him and Chandler, but I don't think that's going to be a big factor yet, as Kevin now comes into the lane. So Kevin has gone 11 laps on those soft tyres. Medium tyres will go on, surely, on the Alfa Romeo. Yes, here comes to the lane. Medium's on. That leaves Sanchez Wextero yet to pit on this medium tyres. We'll see what factor they could be towards the end of this race as Kevin now loses a few positions. That's what happens with the undercut, and he's even going to be behind Warman, who is of course on those soft tyres.
Yeah, for Warman it's going to be a 2-stop, obviously like we touched on a little bit earlier on, so he's going to have to do absolutely as best he can now. But by the way, Bailey's lost out dramatically on that DRS, so much so that Axe is there.
Here they go again. Here they go again. I said before that Bailey and Axe were going to battle it out here for tonight once again. They battled it out last season here in Bahrain for position, and they're going to do it again. Oh boy, it's going to be interesting fight. Skipper's still sitting there behind Louis. After that little off, we'll be wanting to get close back in on these guys and try to get to a podium spot here in this race. But yeah, Hoop is 2 seconds clear now. What he wants is to not have Bailey get close enough and want to stick it on the track. So the big battle right now is Axe and Bailey, and also behind Louis. The Williams closing right here on Skipper. Louis will want to be up in this fight. He want a challenge. He want a chance to be up on the podium here tonight. Oh my goodness me.
That's going to be the big talking point, is when do these guys make their moves? Will Axe stay or will he go now? Looks like he's going to definitely go now.
Yep, here comes Axe for the move, and Axe, that will be for a P3. What about Louis? No, Louis not close enough. So, Axe now goes back up in the P3 here in this, well, will be P3 once the top 2 come into the lane. So Axe back on a podium position he will be, but there's still a hungry pack behind, wanting to go for moves, including Warman on those soft tyres.
Yeah, this is going to be crucial for him as he can get past Louis, Skither, Bailey, maybe even Axe if as much as he possibly can, as quick as possible. Because this soft strategy that he's doing, this 2-stop, it's quicker theoretically because you're going to be running the fresher tire the entire way around compared to these guys having to nurse their tires, come to the end of their stint, or maybe around lap 9, lap 10, 11 on that soft stint they just did, or maybe laps 25, 26, 27, 28, all the way to 29 for these mediums. For Warman, it's going to be hard dash, hard dash, hard dash, all 3 sets. He needs just to go raw out pace. And the quicker he can get around these guys, it's going to be the better for his strategy.
Taylor close to John Wextero, who is yet to pit. But the story right now, indeed, is what can Warman do? Chandler will be happy that he doesn't get caught up too much by the Haas, which is not what he would want to happen. And Chandler will go by him pretty easily. So, as we also see Louis now with we got Louis and Skipper as well, the Williams and the Haas. Can the Williams look for the move here? He's gone close every time with Skipper, but he just has not got close enough for a move. Warman's in there behind him, P9. Looking to see what he can possibly do here right now. 9th place as we see Ferrona slowing down. I think Ferrona has maybe had another spin, possibly. I don't know, and we might see, yeah, Ferrona possibly going to come in the pit lane here, and there we go. Right, back with this pack here right now. We got Axe who looks like trying to hold on here with Bailey behind. This is going to be a fascinating as that is to around in the Red Bull. Moment there, he was
damage.
Well, he was right near the fence, so I'd say that doesn't look like
Not
it.
visually.
Not visually, but he was right into the fence there, so I don't know. Right now, folks,
Interesting.
the battle for as that is I think a cam. That is a cam.
As Cam and Edu off.
Oh dear. Well, these guys don't. Well, if they slow down a bit too more, we could see a virtual or something, because this game can do that. If you're a little bit slow, it sometimes can bring it out. So, as I was trying to say, this battle for P3 is on. Bailey looks. Here comes Bailey once again. Wyman behind's looking for the move on Louis, but we want to focus on this battle for P3. Bailey's through. Let's see Wyman. Louis. Wyman has a bit of a moment. Louis looks to fight it back here. Kevin, here we go. Kevin's going to look to do a hoop. This is going to need a drama here in a second. No, Louis goes a little bit deep. Kevin now looks to fight it. Kevin thinks better and pulls it behind Louis. That's bridged the gap between them and Skipper. That's not what they want if they want to be in a part of this issue. But boy, oh boy. Wyman now, who tried to go for move on Louis, and then he's just lost 2 positions anyway.
Yeah, that's I would not have expected that. Wyman on the pressure tires and the soft carbon tires. But then again, he does have the oldest out of this bunch with 5 laps on his compared to the 2 and 3 and 4 on Skipper, Louis, and Kevin. But that's quite interesting. He's not what he really wanted now, as Hoop is past Wexrow.
Yeah, Hoop is past Wexrow on lap 15 of 29 here in this Grand Prix. And yeah, Chandler's in the back of stitches. Let's see if he comes to factor. But to be honest, Medico, the fight is for that 3rd place at the podium. That's why I apologise to all the drivers that we're probably going to be focusing on that battle for P3 a lot. But here comes Chandler, and yeah, EC says it, EC does it here in this one. And Mitch might be you and might be over Catherine's vehicle. Well, no, I will. Well, either way, I'll just turn myself down a little bit on my edge just in case. Anyway, here is Alex once again with Bailey. Not much. Oh yeah, Bailey holding on here right now for P3. Skipper's still doing nicely behind NzL. Wyman, by the way, with all that what we just had the last minute, is in on those medium tyres in a very interesting strategy. Lap 16 to 29. And yes, Beniko, Chandler, Mr. I have no race pace. I will mention to him in the interviews. Absolutely with that statement. As we see a Edu, that's on track, I think. It's a safety car.
And that's huge. Because Sanchez has a free pit stop, and same with Wexrow. And if these guys are... Whoa!
Whoa, what's happened there? Ooh, what has happened there? I don't know what's happened there. Okay, that's interesting. Sauce, yep, they're going to be all in. And Sanchez right now is going to be P2. Who? They're all in. Wexrow is going to be in the top 4. Safety cars changed everything. And look at these guys. They've gone side by side. It's the pit lane. Axe and Skipper. Oh my goodness me. And folks, strap yourself in for what is going to be an absolutely fascinating end to this Grand Prix. Chandler will be the leader. Chandler should hold on to win anyway. And Bailey's on mediums.
And
Now,
Jackson Louis, what is the strategy here? Interesting.
what are we on? We're on lap 17. The safety car, where is... Well, FD's is not even in the lobby, but the game will probably be... We're probably going to be back underway, I'd say, the next lap or the after. It's going to be 10 laps. Ooh. So, these medium runners are banking on that these softs will wear out towards the end, when the mediums can be the better factor at the end.
It's a stretch here because right now, obviously, if it was the beginning of the race, the same race fuel we had at the beginning, where lights out were dropped, and that same kind of issue where the wear was already on the tires from qualifying and the heavy race fuel, maybe I could see, okay, this is the strategy we're going on here. 10 laps, I don't trust the softs. Well, right now, it's not guaranteed it's going to go in within the next 2 laps, too. So it could be like 11 or 12 laps. If that's the case, it also goes in favor of the mediums. But if it is going as planned, and there's around 10 laps left by the time we get back going racing again, there's less fuel in the car, the track is rubbered in, and they have fresh softs, most of these drivers. I think right now, the softs may be the better option, the medium.
I agree.
But for guys like Hoop, Bailey, Axe, and Waman, and Louis, they're hoping that they wear out, or, worst comes to worst, another safety car comes out again.
Well, Nico Alphanese is not even in the lobby, so that's why. As we see now, Kevin and Warman having the good drive thing. But, wow, what can you say in this one? So Cam coming in on the soft tyres, so we're going to go another lap, and we're most likely going to go here on lap 18, which means we're going to have an 11 lap dash to the finish. Ooh.
Yes, Louis, no, it's Fernan. He's going to go another set of softs. It's interesting, unless he's not trusting the softs and going on the medium, which I'm not exactly sure if that's the right call. It's a medium.
Aha!
Interesting.
Yeah. That's,
Okay, unless that was not a fresh set of softs. If that's the case, then maybe that's the better call. Which it did not look very fresh whenever we saw in the pit lane. So that could be the reason.
Which, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. But, well, what else can you say, folks? On an absolutely fascinating race. Chandler, Sanchez and Hoop, Wexero and Bailey, that's your top 5. Axe on the mediums as well. Oi, what are we going to see here? And folks, don't forget next week we're at Imola for what is sure to be another ultra interesting Emilia Amandrio Grand Prix. Can't wait for it. Last season's final round there was absolutely incredible. We had like 50 safety cars. We could see it. We could see it again. Who knows? So join us next week for Imola throughout the week. And don't forget as well, ACC tomorrow at Alton Park. Join me there for that when Streamlabs works for me, of course. So, safety car in this lap. You can tell I'm very frustrated with that not working, by the way, folks. But we're about to get underway. It's Chandler versus Sanchez for one hell of a fight here in this one. And, oh, okay. Well, I'll just ignore what was said in the chat there. Someone, okay. On the eve, of course, of my home Grand Prix in about a couple of hours' time. I can't wait! But Chandler, round the last corner now, and let's see. Here goes. Chandler is away here right now. And behind, it's going to be absolute action. You're going to see cars looking for moves, including Skipper, who's on the soft tyres, including Hoop now looking for the move here on Wexero. Wexero's looking through actually. Wexero's trying to come through here on Hoop right now. And here this mid-pack movement now through these cars. This car's gone side by side everywhere here right now. And Axe is in position to Kevin. Kevin trying to come through, and Skipper holding on. But those was mediums, and there is a movement around, and there's a Louis around as well.
nowhere to go for that many cars in one corner. Those two obviously paid the price for that, but that was chaotic, and it's not done yet. Sanchez needs to stay within a DRS of Chandler if he wants a shot.
Apologies, I was just died there. I was trying to get my voice out as Hoop. He's going to try to hold on to Westerro behind, but Sanchez could be a podium here for the Aston Martin. Chandler pulling away 1.1. He's done unless he models. It is Westerro now the story. With Skipper behind, this could be a good point situation here for the two Haas boys here tonight. But Westerro now going to try to see if he can look for this smithing. We wait for that DRS. Because that will be definitely a factor he wants in this race to help him out right now. As Chandler now 27.875 as Kevin coming through on Bailey. Does Bailey fight back? I don't think he will. No. So Kevin right now goes to the P6.
Yeah, for guys like Hoop and like Bailey, for example, these guys on the mediums, they're just banking on these softs just going to degrade way beyond their lifespan. And if that does occur, we could see a very, very prominent charge to the field from Hoop or from Bailey. But right now, as it stands, I think it's just, right now, a huge swing of momentum to these guys on the softs. Right now, look at Haas, 4th and 5th. They're going to have the second highest haul of points behind Mercedes.
As Westerro and Skipper 4th and 5th, yeah, they're doing impressive here right now, and they could sneak up onto the podium possibly here in this one. As behind, Wyman's trying to go for moves here on Fern. Cam's up in this fight as well. Cam wants fresh softs coming through. Oh boy, that's going to be tasty. As Wyman, P10 right now. The only penalty so far is Fern, Wyman and Cam. Only 3 on penalty so far here in this race. But on lap 20 and 29, Kevin now is trying to get up close with the Haas boys as well. 2 seconds between Sanchez and Chandler. Chandler is gone. Kevin now in the Alfa Romeo. 27.5 now for Chandler. Here comes Kevin. Kevin's going to run here on Skipper, but Skipper's closing up on his teammate. Does Skipper look for something here? No, he does not for now. But Kevin tried around the outside, but not close enough here right now. And does he look for the run? He's got the DRS, so does Skipper. Pulls to the right, right to the left. Does Kevin look for around the outside? He just doesn't have enough right now. The DRS helping out the Haas here for the moment. As Westerro just wasn't close enough for a chance on Hoop. Close tie battles here right now. The two Haas boys right in a pack with each other as Axe down with a time penalty.
Yeah, that's going to pretty much stunt his race anywhere from now, because, I mean, he'll have that buffer from Fern or Cam or Wyman behind, but that's pretty much going to be absolutely his highest he can go, barring any unforeseeable actions from now until the checkered flag.
Yeah, that'll be disappointing for Axe. He'll be very disappointed in that, especially after starting at the front in this race. 2.5 for Chandler here right now, as we see it's ultra close here at the moment. Hoop 1.8. It could be enough for him to close down Sanchez towards the end of this race. We'll have to wait and see, but he's got an hungry pack of hearts as Hoop goes. Who knows where Hoop was going? It's off with the kitty litter there for a second as our Westerro goes for the move. Westerro goes up at P3 in this Grand Prix. So he's out onto the podium in the Haas, and that is a superb job for him here in this race. And of course, Westerro started in P13.
I thought that was going to be the barriers from Hoop. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought that was going to be a huge moment from the Red Bull.
Oh, Skipper!
And that was almost a huge moment to the...
Almost hit the back of Hoop. Almost. It was literally a cigarette paper away from hitting the back of him. And now Kevin goes up into the top 5.
Wow.
That would have been a takeout. Hoop would have been around. There would have been. I mean, Skipper could have even lost a tyre, and he's hit Kevin.
Oh, speaking of a takeout.
Oh no, not Kevin! As the
And Mumu's around.
is out. It's a safety car.
And that's a safety car. Well, that's going to bring everyone back in one final time. Now, do we see these guys go off? The tires are on. because it's been 4 laps. The safety car is going to stay out for maybe 1, maybe 2. That'll put it around 5 or so laps to go. I think you stay out.
Guys below Skipper, I say half of them probably will. But if you're in the top 5, you're not pitted. No way you're pitted.
Yeah.
Sanchez in. Wexero in.
Bailey in.
That's given Hoop. That's changed the guard a bit, hasn't it? Look at the cars coming in.
Has.
And, oh no, Cam's in P4. Folks, and I don't mean that
Cam.
I don't mean that in a weird way, in a wrong way. Cam knows I mean that with love. He knows I mean it with love. We love Cam here.
We do.
Skipper. Oh, it's just a lot of fun. As Alphanesis' car is going to all that could cause a bit of drama for the guys behind. But more, yeah. So, and hold the phone. I mean, it's not going to be anything because the penalties. Warman in P5 right now in the AlphaTauri as well. So, Kevin in P3. This is going to be a spicy restart. And yes, Richie, time for some chaos.
This is going to be fun. This is going to be really fun.
And, well, with Cam in P4, he's going to be looking for opportunities. Hoop right now, if Hoop and Cam go into battle, we know those two can go wild with battles. We saw it in Austria and a few other races on the back. Yeah, this is going to be ultra interesting. So, one thing that Bailey will be hoping for, he gets the right jump on the Ferrari that's not in the lobby and hope he can get it by as quickly as possible. And we got the only 2 on mediums right now, they'll be Wyman and Hoop. Chandler right now will have clear track, he'll be gone. I'll say this right now, I think first and second I think is set, but I think P3 is a lottery.
Yeah,
it's a lottery.
It's going to be a huge toss-up because right now Kevin could very well be under the threat from both Cam and Wyman behind, and that could lead in the battle from Sanchez and Wexero. Maybe Bailey and Alphanesis could go in, and it's not. I mean, they're not safe, but also I think the safety car will be in this lap.
It will.
So that means we'll restart on lap 25. We'll have 4 laps remaining, plus the one we're obviously going to start on. So 5 total, 2 total with DRS. So that's going to be a big talking point. Who gets out of it? Who stays in it? Because Chandler is on 6-lap-old softs. Hoop, same aged mediums. Is that going to be the same delta from about 1 second-ish from soft to mediums? Or will it have closed up due to the wear and tear on those softs? That'll be the big talking point here. Who wins this race? Who gets the podium? I can't wait.
It's going to be interesting. And folks, as of right now, I can tell you that Cam is on 6 seconds, Wyman on 8 seconds, and Axenford on 3. So that's the story of it here right now. So if that's probably going to be a factor anyway, because 3 seconds around here on the safety car restart is not what you want. So we're about to get back underway here with Chandler, your race leader. And folks, don't forget, next week is Imola. Hopefully Streamlabs will be nice to me. Don't forget tomorrow, Alton Park for ACC. And once again, if you've joined us just recently and you're wondering why there's no fancy stuff on screen right now, I do apologise. Streamlabs was not very nice to me tonight, so catch you saving the day for us all. So, if you don't, maybe I should look into the Xbox one, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, here we go. Chandler and Hoop. Does Hoop look to find stuff again? Hello, Chandler's a little bit ahead of... Oh, okay, I don't know what's going on there. These two boys, side by side, Hoop was ahead there slightly. Kevin there in P3, he's got to move his way back up here a little bit. He's still a bit further back from Hoop and Chandler, but maybe he's knowing that this was going to happen. Chandler holding up the field, ready to go. Green, Cam has passed Kevin before the line. Ken's going to try to take the lead here. It's 3 wide. Oh my. Third is out. Jeez, I don't know what's happened. Kevin now, there's contact, there's cars everywhere. It's now Cam, P4, Kevin holds on the P3. I don't know what to say. I don't think Casual would either, because there's just cars everywhere right now. Oh my goodness me.
Oh, Warman.
There's Warman. And also behind Wexter Ronald's contact as well. Sanchez and Warman side by side. Oh, and Warman goes off circuit. He's off for the Kitty Lily. He's off circuit. Oh my goodness me. And we could just take a breather for now. That was an absolute wild restart. Chandler holding on right now from who? From... yeah. We're on lap 25 or 29.
We said it was going to be chaos, and it definitely was. Cam had the best start I've ever seen from a safety car restart, and the legality of it, not sure.
Oh, no,
Cam.
Oh, Cam almost died, and he's around. I don't know if Axe made contact there or not. Cam goes it in time, and Cam goes for a spin. Here comes Maxero on Axe. Now he's going to have to wait till this front straight to look for it. Kevin is honestly close enough here for a move on hoop. He's close enough for a P2. Does he look for it? Side by side they will go. Looks for it at the outside. Can't get it done. He'll try to get it back here if he can. But no, he cannot. So, let's watch Kevin once again. But DRS will be incoming. And that's when Kevin will find his opportunity possibly to take a P2 here in T1. Wow.
Yeah, on debut too.
Yeah, on debut. Impressive. Absolutely impressive. It is indeed from Kevin here tonight. But, wow, folks. It's still on in that mid-pack here right now. Axe, he's got 2 hungry Haas drivers behind that will be wanting to make some moves. Louis, Bailey down in P9. What could have been a much better race for Bailey here tonight. He's in P9 here in this Grand Prix. Wow. So we're coming up now to 3 laps to go. And this is, of course, the last opportunity for another safety car. And I don't think we're going to see another one. We've got a 3-lap dash to the end. And these boys will be with DRS.
Yeah, Bailey got caught up in the turn 1 shenanigans and was actually forced way off the track and lost that many positions as a result. Cam now up to 11th, and it's crazy to think we only have 12 drivers on the grid that are now still in the race. Technically 11 because Alphanesis is not in.
It was only not that long ago we had all drivers, and now it's down to 11. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. So, free to go here in this Grand Prix. What's going to be the story of it? Sanchez is closing up here with Kevin as well. Kevin with another time penalty. So it could be a 3-way fight here for second between him, Kevin and Sanchez. Chandler 1.6 seconds up ahead here right now. And Axe is up in that fight as well. They're all within each other's DRS. Grab the popcorn, as Ichigo said in the chat, because my goodness me, the popcorn is going to be tasty here right now with this battle. We've coming up to 2 laps to go. Who have we got? Because I'll tell you this right now, Hoop is only just hanging on. Kevin looking for opportunity. Sanchez is sitting there waiting for his opportunity. He can sense a pass for a podium opportunity. And I'll tell you this right now, he's close enough.
Yeah, he very much is, and right now he knows that, well, that blinking light right there is going to prove it to him. This is an opportunity that he will not get back if he doesn't use it now. Kevin is blinking, Sanchez has the battery, and he's coming. Yeah,
Kevin doesn't have enough battery. And they're closing on Hoop. Hold your breath, this could get ugly. As they're 3 wide, there's a bit of contact. They've all survived. As Kevin now, we stay steady. It's unbelievable. But now, here comes Sanchez for the move. And Sanchez now moves up into P3. Oh, and what's happened behind?
Axe went straight in the back of Kevin. He may have damage.
That's big. That's big for him. Wyman gets a time penalty. Trying to see on Axe's point of view, not visually, but it could have slight lime green damage. So Sanchez up in a third place here in this Grand Prix with 2 to go. And we've got a hell of a dogfight behind Bailey, Louise, Skimmer, and Wexero. Oh, and then possible axe damage as well. And we've got one lap. No, I don't think he does either.
I think he's fine. He has not lost much pace.
Well, especially going into that corner, he's fine. I have to tell you what, if he was going into that corner and he had damage, he would have struggled. Final lap here in this one. And oh man, what a Grand Prix it has been. Chandler and Cam has gone for a spin. But the story is right now, excuse me. Axe, well, he definitely doesn't have damage. Sanchez up in the P2, by the way. But how can we keep our eyes on this battle with Wexero and Axe? Side by side, these two will go. And Axe holds on only just. This could be ugly. They're all on each other. As Kevin all of a sudden set the P7. Here comes Skipper on Kevin. And Kevin now down to P6. He's lost position scores. I think Kevin did not pit on that restart. As Sanchez now P2 in this race. By the way, they're under a second of Chandler.
Yeah, he's gained a lot.
Is Chandler on the dire straits of... No, he wouldn't be on the dire straits of a tyre down. I wouldn't think he would be. We're on the final lap here in this Grand Prix, and I'm trying not to cough here because I'm not feeling that great right now with my throat. But this is an absolutely unbelievable start here in T1 for this Grand Prix. Sanchez, it's not going to be enough to get Chandler for this Grand Prix win. On lap 29, it's been a dominant win for Chandler, and he is going to win the Bahrain Grand Prix to start off 6 and 8 here in T1. Sanchez with a P2, Hoop held on to P3.
And Wexero and his teammate Skither, after everything that just happened, still got 4-5.
As I just died, Kevin, look how close between him and Skipper, 0.028. Absolutely unbelievable. And Wyman gets some points on his return in Breakout Racing League in P10. Axe P9 and Bailey, those two could have been one if for those two in this race. But wow, Chandler, superb. I'll invite the top 3 in just a matter of moments. I'll have to remind them to include audios because, you know, nice Streamlabs once again. But what a way to start this season here in T1. Chandler to dominate. But boy, the battles outside of the top 3 was unbelievable. The amount of times here tonight we saw 3 wide, and I swear I thought we were going to see someone around or damage or contact. No!
Wow.
Didn't happen.
I'm surprised.
As I just remembered, I'm not the streamer, so I could just go straight and invite people. Chandler, with of course the fastest lap of the Grand Prix as well. That'll be important to his championship as well. It is a dominant win here tonight, and of course Wyman outside the top 10, and the cars are DNF. Fern, Mumu, Edu, Ferrari Dart, and then it is Crispy.
That indeed. It's a great way to start the season already. The gap only between first and second. About 3.5 tenths, but 2 familiar faces on the podium. Actually, technically 3.
Yes, indeed. Let's wait for Chin Chin and Hoop Hoop to join us here for the podium sitters. And folks, what are we going to see for Imola next week? Boy, don't forget to tune into that. It is going to be an ultra interesting Grand Prix that will be. as Chandler joins us here for this one. So, and there's Hoop. So, catch or whatever you're ready, you can kick things off.
Alrighty then. 1 round down, 12 more to go. Hoop. That's a podium under your legs, I guess, under your feet already. How do you think that race really stacked up? Lead us through what happened that race. That strategy call at the end, was that something you just didn't think the softs would make?
Yeah, I thought the softs would die off, but with the safety car period, it kind of balanced things out, but I don't think I would have even done much without the second safety car, but yeah, the mediums weren't really good. I didn't have any confidence on those tires, but yeah.
Well, throughout the Grand Prix itself, we saw a lot of action, and we saw actually your car in a fair few fights. A couple of them actually resulted in 3 wide moments. And do you think we'll have that same kind of action a week from now in the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix as we take to Imola for round 2?
I hope not, because I don't want to be behind cars next week, because, yeah, I had a really bad qualifying today. I mean, that was a shocker. So, yeah, I need to improve that for next week. I should be up there, top 3 at least, in quality. But, yeah.
That's a podium for you for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Congratulations.
Yep, thank you.
On to second place and driver of the day, for that matter, as well, from 12th to 2nd, Sanchez. Welcome back to the podium, the first of Season 8.
Yeah, that was, it was a race for sure. I think I was just chilling by myself the whole time. Lead medium runner for, I think, most of the first, and knocked out with the safety car, and yeah, got the free pit stop. Couldn't really challenge Chandler. GG to him. He was clear of everybody the whole race. I think it's perfect that I didn't actually catch up to him, because he deserved that so much. He was just far ahead, and yeah, I took advantage of that last safety car to pit just in case the tires wouldn't make it, and yeah, second place.
Well, that's one podium down. For the first race down, you have 12 more to go. The first one going through being the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. You had a fair bit of pace the last time we went there. Do you think you can tackle Imola and grab a podium again?
Yeah, it's one of the few tracks that I already know no line, and I had pretty good pace last time. So I'll see what I can do, and hopefully podium. I'll just take points, to be honest.
Well then, congratulations on your second place and your podium for the first round of Bahrain Grand Prix.
Yeah, thank you.
And off to Chandler with Machine.
Chandler P1 in this race, pole, great race pace, safety cars. Talk it through your point of view throughout the entire Grand Prix.
So, starting with the quality, I knew my quality pace was good. I was expecting pole, really. Like, I know that sounds like the ego, like, say, but my quality pace has been very good. I can go and set a good time straight away, and I did it on my second run, so I didn't go out against the safety set of stuff in case the safety car came out. So that was good. But going through the race, Axe was just, he was slow that first couple laps, and so since Hoop started P8, I knew he was my main challenger, but with him that far back, I knew he was going to be far off. I thought he would be quicker, but I was very quick this race. I was so surprised by my pace. So I was just cruising the whole second stint, the short bit of the second stint, I should say. But then safety car came out, and then it was about going on to those new softs and just pulling a gap straight away. And I did that, and then the next safety car I did it again, and it was just everything that could have went right did go right. I had minimal mistakes, only one warning, but this was a very good race on my part. Not too much to say, really.
Next week we're at Imola. How are you feeling really fast going to Imola next week?
Well, that's a very strong track for me. It's always been a good track for me, and I think I've got an equally good chance of winning again next week, and maybe even better, because I felt like my pace wasn't as strong going into this, but of course, this race proved otherwise. But Imola, I definitely feel quality and race pace. I am extremely strong. So I'm looking to repeat this again next week.
Absolutely. Chandler, congratulations to you on the race win to start season 8 here in T1. Thank you to our top 3 for joining us here in the podium spots. And thank you, Hayden Katra, as always. Folks, Imola, next week, join us for all the tears. And don't forget tomorrow, Alton Park for ACC. Join us then when my Streamlabs works for me, of course. Katra, thank you. Thank you, everybody. We'll join us next week for Imola T1. It's going to be great.